Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm simulcasting on both my main YouTube channel and the Videobob Show. For those of you who watch me on my regular YouTube channel, I have a second channel called The Videobob Show. You can go there on YouTube, and every Sunday we do a live show there. And, you know, for my hardcore fans that like to just hear me pontificate and talk, I usually do about an hour or two, usually on Sunday evenings, and take questions from you, the viewers. So if you love my regular YouTube channel and you've been watching me for many years and you'd like to be able to talk with me, ask me questions, watch live, go over to The Video Bob Show on YouTube, subscribe. But the important thing here is that you turn on your notifications, because it's not always at the same time. And you want to be notified that when the show is live, if you want to be able to catch me live and talk with me. I also simulcast live on so I'm triple casting. I'm on my YouTube page, my Video Bob Show YouTube page, and on my Facebook private account for my friends that jump on. So the other day, I had some of my videos taken down by YouTube. They had received some complaint submissions from a company. I'm still trying to get some of the legal paperwork from them, but it was there's a company called Design Within Reach that handle another company called Herman Miller, and they manufacture office furniture, chairs, things like that. And I had done a review of some replica chairs. So this is a chair that was made in 1956, I believe. Now I'm wondering what the actual trademark and copyright is on those, if they've managed to actually continue those after that many years. It's over 50 years. So I don't know if, I mean, obviously they have some kind of trademark or something on maybe just the name. But basically, I bought these chairs off of Amazon. They sell these replica chairs on Amazon. They're made in China. And I didn't get them for free. I paid for the chairs. I did get a discount on the chairs, and they did end up giving me some other things for free later on, but I paid for the chairs because they were happy with the video I did, and I was interested in the chair. So these are a mid-century modern chair. If you watch my channel, maybe you saw the video. But this is the important part about it. Now, I've heard all kinds of different arguments from other people talking about how maybe they were justified to take it down. They go, "Hey, Bob, you were promoting contraband. This is copyrighted or trademarked content that's being pirated by this Chinese company." The company, I think, is called Curver K or Curverk. I'm not sure how to say it, but I did speak with them about this, and they said, yeah, this has happened before. And we know that, sometimes our stuff gets seized at the border through customs. They ship it in 2 boxes. So they know what they're doing. They know that they are a target for this company, because I said to them, I go, I love your chairs so much. I'm thinking of opening a store here in Vegas. I'd like to open up a little boutique and, sell these chairs and stuff like this, the Gothic furniture back there. I thought, nobody's doing that. I could import this stuff and have a little small furniture store and sell these kind of mid-century modern replicas and things like that. But they said, no, man, they will shut down your store and they'll come take your stuff. Now, I get that. I get if you are manufacturing, distributing, and selling copyrighted content, if you're out there selling fake Louis Vuitton purses or fake Nike shoes or fake Rolexes or whatever the fake thing you're doing, I can understand how the copyright owner or the trademark owner would and could shut you down. That makes perfect sense to me. I'm not arguing that. And I'm not going to sit here and argue the ethics of it either. I'm not arguing any of that. My argument to this whole thing about the YouTube was, I didn't make any chairs. I didn't sell any chairs. I did a video review of a chair. I bought a chair on Amazon. I assembled the chair. I talked about the chair. That's my role. And they're striking my channel for copyrighted content. What copyright did I violate? I didn't use any video that belongs to them. I didn't use any audio, logos, pictures, nothing of the sort. There was no copyrighted content. JR says, get over it, Bob. How about fuck you? You're deleted from my channel. What do you mean, get over it? I get paid for these videos, dick face. When I put up a video, That video made me, like a couple $1,000s from people watching it. So when YouTube takes down my videos, it costs me money, right? And I don't think that I deserve to have my content that I worked hard on making taken down. I should be able to review anything I want. I can talk about whatever I want, and I shouldn't have my free speech suppressed falsely, because what I'm claiming is that this company made a false, fraudulent claim of copyright infringement when I infringed no copyright. I didn't use any music or video or anything that belonged to them, right? It's just like if I sat down with and talked about some other illegal, or not illegal, but like if I did a review of a fake pair of shoes or something, or whether it was a review telling you to buy it, not to buy it, whatever the situation is, you should be able to allow to talk about things. And the real point of this is that look at the other examples of this, of social media controlling our speech. Now, there's a lot of people that pointed out to me, they go, Bob, your civil rights weren't, the police didn't arrest you. Your First Amendment was not violated because YouTube's a private company owned by Google. You voluntarily work with them and they can do whatever they want. It's their company. You are right. Okay. But they're a media company. And the point that I'm trying to make is these media companies, whether it's a 3-letter network, whether it's an online streaming platform, whatever it is, I'm just trying to point out to you that they are manipulating our thoughts and our speech. They are controlling the narrative based on their agenda that is given to them by their advertisers. So basically what I'm trying to say is, let's say that, you're one of the biggest pharmaceutical companies in the world and you're trying to sell the entire planet an injectable drug for $20 per person that's being billed to the United States government, and you want everybody to take it. And anybody that argues the efficacy or the ethics or the rights to take it or whatever, you have the President of the United States along with his entire staff. You have every media company all pushing this on you and telling you, they're getting a hold of their news anchors, their actors, the people that work for them on every level, and telling them, you need to push this. And they were calling people murderers, calling people all these unethical names, and threatening their jobs, firing people if they did or did not take this. Looking back on it with hindsight 2-3 years later, as we look back on how the pandemic was handled, how the masks were used and pushed, and we find out their efficacy was zero. The masks did just nothing for anybody. I just had a friend of mine in town who argues with me about these politics all the time. He came to Vegas to visit me. He said, I'm stuck at the Cosmo. I can't leave. I'm quarantined in my room. I have COVID again. And I said, dude, haven't you had every shot, every booster? Well, I haven't gotten the latest booster. Well, you've had like 12. And yet how many times have you had COVID? How many? You keep getting it, right? So apparently your booster shot does nothing for you, right? It just hasn't helped. I mean, I've had COVID twice. The first time it was pretty rough. I was pretty sick for about a week. That was when it first came out. That's when it first came out. And then I got it again, and it wasn't so bad. I had a cold for 2 or 3 days. It's called a cold. And so, there's no denying. I'm not denying that there's COVID. I'm not denying that we don't have a problem. I'm just saying that as we look back on the way things were handled, there's a lot of other truths that could have been handled. And the bottom line is, what we're finding is that all of the media companies, all of the platforms, it doesn't matter if it's YouTube or TikTok or Netflix or CNN or what, you can name any of them. It doesn't matter what it is. They're all 100% controlled by their advertisers. And these advertisers are Fortune 500 companies that our politicians have stock in. These companies lobby our politicians. And so, like, if you're a Nancy Pelosi and you have stock in the pharmaceutical company, you want to make money from it. So you're going to go out there and have somebody like Fauci go out there and say, well, everybody should be doing this and buying that, and this is what you got to do. And then a person who's supposed to be making $100,000 a year as a state representative is now making hundreds of millions of dollars. Does that make any sense to you? I mean, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, okay? I'm not an anti-government. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I'm left or right wing. What I'm trying to tell you is that, corruption is what it is. And it starts all at the very bottom. And people are going, well, what does this have to do with your chair, Videobob? What it has to do with is that on every level, from the bottom of the top, how many of you watching out there got a ban on Facebook for, quote, dangerous information, for sharing a video or a meme or commenting on something? Every single time, remember, you clicked on something, if the word COVID or whatever was even mentioned, there was a banner across the thing remember all that we lived through? It's still going on today. And this is the point that I was making. So, is it the same thing? Yes, it is. Because I've had a major billion-dollar company contact Google. They were pissed that I was talking about a replica chair that was, obviously hurting their bottom line, and had my video taken down fraudulently under the claim that I was violating the copyright by talking about it. This is the essence of 1984. This is fascism in its raw form. So if a fucking chair company can have my video taken down for simply talking about a replica chair, imagine what a pharmaceutical company can do, or a company that manufactures PPE, or whatever. Imagine you're BlackRock and your goal is to buy up every single family home in the country, and you're like, gee whiz, if everybody was out of work for like a year, they wouldn't be able to pay their mortgage, and we could sweep and steal their entire neighborhood. That'd be grand. And then nobody would ever be able to buy a house again. They'd have to rent it. Here's something else I learned on that same subject, is that in China, you're not allowed to own other currency. You can only have Chinese currency, which is why we're never going to see, the Chinese currency take over the American, currency, because the Chinese government doesn't want their citizens to have money that's not Chinese. So what these people do is they buy houses and real property in other countries like Canada, United States, and Australia, and places like that. They buy those properties. Once that property is seasoned, then they sell it for American cash, and so basically those properties are considered bank money in US dollars. When I was buying this house and I was bringing cash to them, there are laws in the United States about how you pay for a house, and they have to verify that your money is what they call seasoned. They have to prove where it came from, and it has to sit in an account for a certain amount of time, so that they can prevent this from happening, because these people go around. So anyway, that's a completely subject for another talk show. But all of it's relative in its own way. And so the reason I'm doing this on both of my channels, or the reason I don't normally do this kind of talk show stuff on my regular channel, because the people that watch my regular channel are like, when are you going to make another Rolls Royce video? When are you going to make another DeLorean video? And it's like, you can't please everybody. I will lose subscribers that are unsubscribing from me right now from my main channel, because all they want to do is watch me change the oil on a Rolls Royce, or they want to watch me, whatever. And this channel is not it's not a car channel. It's not a travel blog channel. It's not a electronics review channel. It's whatever I'm doing today channel. You're watching the Videobob show. That's what my life is. You're tuned in and living vicariously through me. I travel, I eat, I buy stuff, I review stuff, I go places, I do things, I make things, I work on my things. That's what I do. And part of my living comes from YouTube. I've been on YouTube since 2007. I've had this channel. Okay. And before there was YouTube, I was doing it on cable access. Before there was internet streaming, before that was a platform, I used to make videotapes, and then they played them on cable in Dallas-Fort Worth. I've been doing that since 1994. So I've been doing this for a long time. Exactly what you're seeing right now. I've been doing this on VHS since the early 90s, since before a lot of you were born, I think. So nothing's changed. I've had this microphone since 1998. I've been talking, recording commercials, doing voiceovers, and doing this and working on radio and things since that's how long ago it was I bought this microphone. Because I posted a picture. There was a newspaper article, the Dallas Morning News, that did an article about me that came out in 1998, and I saw that this microphone was in the photo, and I was like, damn, I've had this mic sitting on this desk. This very desk is the same one that I've had since 1998 or 99. It was 1999, I think. This show's not going to be very long today because I've got to do my rehearsal. I'm in a band, and I have a band, a Judas Priest tribute band where I sing Rob Halford. It's true. And the guys are coming over at 7, so they'll be here. Yeah, they'll be here in about 30, 40 minutes. And we'll set up and I'll sing. On a completely unrelated note, to calm down, to get off of my rant. Let me wrap that up. Let me wrap that up real quick. So what am I going to do about it? I've filed some appeals with YouTube. They've responded, and I'm going back and forth with them. I'm like, look, I'm willing to take down the content or edit the content, but I disagree with getting a strike on my channel. And I think the strike is pending. And the strike would disappear after 90 days. But the point of the matter is that, this company fraudulently filed this claim. And I'm considering bringing a lawsuit against them because I didn't actually violate a copyright. This is the point. Like, when you violate a copyright on YouTube, it's when you use someone else's music or video or photos or logos or copyrighted material. But it is fair use for me to stand in front of something and talk about it. Right? I don't manufacture the thing. I don't sell or distribute the thing. All I did was talk about it. Right? And when you start to see companies masking your ability to communicate like that, like I didn't say, I didn't violate any of their policies as far as there was nothing that was violent. There was nothing aimed at kids. There was nothing sexual or graphic or any language in the video of any kind. It was me talking about a chair. You realize how innocuous this is? Right? So, I mean, I could give you 1,000 examples of this, but I didn't violate a copyright or a trademark by simply talking about the fact that these chairs exist. Okay, so that's my argument, and it just infuriated me that you realize how much all of everything that you watch is manipulated, how the commercials are manipulated, the television shows, the movies. That's why I don't go to the movies. That's why I have no interest in going to a movie anymore, because every single movie has a hidden agenda in it. And especially the television shows. My wife loves to watch game shows, and every single game show is stacked with this fraudulent representation of diversity that doesn't exist on the planet. It's like, I don't know where they find these blue-haired, alternative people. Where do they find? I don't see these people at the store, at the mall. Where are these people that consume every television show? You would think from watching TV that every single relationship is an interracial, non-binary, transsexual, I mean, she's watching a show right now, and it's like almost everybody on that show is either a little person, dwarf, a trans, gay. I'm just looking at this cast of characters going, what fucking clown show planet is this on that they could not find any regular people to play this, to do this cooking show? They're cooking. And I'm like, what clown planet is this? Right? I live in Las Vegas. Right? I walk around wearing sequins jackets. I have a pink fur coat. I wear diamond studded shoes. I'm a performer. This is a place where you see people like Liberace and Elvis and, Wayne Newton. You see flashy stuff. You see Elvis driving around in a convertible pink Corvette, Cadillac. I have a convertible Cadillac with a tiger and striped interior. I mean, It's a place where weirdness exists. And even here, I don't see these people walking around. It's like, and it's not, I'm not against this. I mean, I have gay friends that come and stay with me here at the house. I have trans people that are in my family. So I am around these people. It's not like I have denied that they exist, but even they will tell me, even my gay friends go, it's kind of weird. We're not really on board with this. This is kind of strange. They're rather conservative as I am, or more than I am. And I'm just like my friend, he only dates interracially, but he goes, yeah, it's weird. It doesn't make sense because he knows that he's in a huge minority. You don't see a lot of white dudes walking around with black chicks. It's not like a thing. Like it's a rarity. It's a rarity. Unless it's a car commercial. It's because it's every single car commercial. I was walking around Costco the other day, and I noticed that every single product that was being represented was an entire menagerie of everyone has to be represented. It was whatever's on the box. It was like a Chinese guy, a black girl, an Indian, like it was like the fucking Village People have to be represented on every product. And it's like, and I think that the left, when they hear me say this, they automatically jump to the conclusion and go, well, this guy must be a bigot and he must be a homophobe and he must be a racist and he must be all these things. They go, no, that's not what it is. That's not what it is at all. That's not what it is at all. It's that nobody likes to be patronized. Nobody wants to be have the wool pulled over their eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not about diversity. It's not about equality. It's not about a glass ceiling. It's not about sexism, feminism, racism. None of those things really have anything to do with what's going on. I would be offended more, for instance, like here's the greatest example of it all. And this has been, I'm not the first person to bring this up. Jake from State Farm. One of the greatest, most effective commercial campaigns we've seen in 20 years. Jake from State Farm. What are you wearing? Khakis. Now, the original Jake from State Farm, I don't know if he was a white guy. To me, he looked like he was maybe Latino, but I don't know who Jake, the actor from Jake from State Farm, was. But it wasn't the black guy that we see today. Now, if you want to introduce a black guy representative for your brand, great. It's a great opportunity for that actor. But he's not fucking Jake from State Farm. Like people that like State Farm just decided they were going to do this campaign. Like, remember Bewitched? Right? One day, Darren was just a different Darren, and they just figured we'd never notice. What was it? Dick York was gone, and then we'll just have another Darren. No one will notice. and we were just watching Bewitched, and we were like, that's not dummy. That's not Darren. And they did that with us with State Farm. And I'm watching going, wait, what? What? Like, now, it just doesn't make any sense. Oh, yeah, of course, every redo has to be done. Like, there was this Brothers Grimm tale, a German tale of a girl who was so white that her name was Snow White. And in the tale, she lived with 7 dwarves. And then Disney adapted this script and made it much nicer than the original version. And now they're making it again with like a completely different cast. The entire, it's like, hey, let's make Rapunzel, except she's bald. I mean, talk about cultural appropriation. Like, I get that we need to share the diversity in this melting pot that we have, but does that mean that you have to, that white people have to be stripped of every part of their culture You know, that we're not allowed to have our German culture, Irish culture, Scottish culture, Swedish, Danish, English, you know, Spanish. Spanish people are white, by the way, if you ever meet any actual Spanish people. You know, blonde hair, blue eyes. You ever seen them? So I'm just saying, you know, Italians, you know, the descendants of Rome and Greece, just like, you know, we're not allowed to have our tales, our our celebrations. Everything is, you know, because that's a German tale. Okay, Snow White, and eh, you know, it's just funny to me. It's not funny, actually. It's not funny at all. It's actually enraging to me, is what I should say. It is. So, you know, I'm not sitting there saying that I am never ever going to say that gay people or trans people or black people or immigrants or any insert person blank space here. Okay, no one should be discriminated against, treated any differently, have any different opportunities than anyone else. And if anything, that is in fact the Republican point of view. The entire purpose of the Republican Party was to go to support the election of Abraham Lincoln and to fight the spreading of slavery throughout the West. I mean, the whole point of that party always was and always is the truest form of equality, in that you should do everything yourself. No one should stand in your way, and nor do you deserve the right to stand on anybody's shoulders. You got to do it yourself. You got to earn it yourself. That's the core of that belief, and that's why I never ever wanted to identify with the politicians that followed that party, because of their religious and other things like that. That I didn't believe in a lot of these religious things because I thought they were stifling. Not to say that I'm against religion or whatever, but if your religion tells other people what to do, I have a problem with that. So I don't like it when anybody is told what to do, what they can or can't do. And that's what I keep getting from the left. They're telling me how I'm allowed to think, where I'm allowed to go, how I'm allowed to dress, what I'm allowed to say, how I'm allowed, you know, and I don't like that at all. You either have freedom or you don't. So at no time am I saying that whether I believe in the same things you do, I don't have the right to tell you what to believe, what to say, where to go, how to do it, how to live your life. It doesn't matter who gives a shit what I think. It's none of my business. You is your life. Okay? That's how I feel. I'm a live and let live kind of guy. You know, and I'm also a little bit more of a follower of like we were talking about Ayn Rand last night. You know, Atlas Shrugged. She's one of these people that believe that the way to wealth and prosperity was by enriching yourself first. You know, when you're on the plane, they say, in case of an emergency and the masks fall from the ceiling, put the mask on yourself before assisting others. How can you help anybody if you're passed out too? And that's the ideal. The ideal is that you enrich yourself, you make yourself wealthy. And then through your good graces and generosity, you will help others. And collectively, you will improve your environment. But when you have to give charity based upon your own sacrifice, everybody loses in the end. So look at that, 333 viewers. I love it. Let's see. I'd like to go through some of your questions, but I haven't, had the chance. For those of you that are enjoying this rant, this is completely different than my uploaded normal material. I just felt for this one instance I wanted to simulcast because I had originally posted that video on my regular Videobob channel. But if you like what I'm doing, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, please go to the Videobob Show over on my other YouTube channel. Subscribe and turn on your notifications. If you don't have a Google account, I understand, but you're really missing out. If I think that as mad as I am at YouTube, I would rather watch YouTube. I trust the content creators on YouTube more than I trust any three-letter network that's on television. I'll tell you that. Because nobody's paying me what to say. You know, that was my rant. When I did my review of those Bang & Olufsen earphones the other day, I talked about the fact that you can't trust most of the people who do product reviews because they're getting paid off. They're getting sent the shit to do it for free. And how can you trust anything they have to say? You know, when they're getting paid, they don't want to piss off their sponsor. I don't have sponsors, right? I turn them down all the time. And when somebody does send me something for free, I do reviews sometimes, and I tell them, I'm going to be honest. And there's been you've seen me do that in other videos where, you know, I was sent something and I said, look, your product is crap. I don't like it. So you have to have some kind of integrity. I'm not selling myself out for a pair of headphones or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like, listen, everybody could be bought, but I'm not that cheap. So, you know, I don't know what else to say about it. I got to go sing. I shouldn't be doing all this talking when I got to go sing for an hour. Speaking of which, I'm putting together an 80s band that will be here in Vegas. We're going to have an 80s band. And, you know, we are probably going to have a gig at one of the local casinos. I was going through my analytics, and it said that most of my viewers come from Los Angeles. Second to that is Las Vegas. So I have thousands of viewers. Thank you so much for my viewers here in Las Vegas. So my question to you is, in the comments, please comment for me. Do you live in Las Vegas or nearby, and would you come see me play live at a casino and see my 80s band? That's what I want to know. I'm talking to the promoter at this casino, and I'm saying, hey, we want to put together an 80s show, you know, where we're going to play for a couple hours and sing. Would my Las Vegas viewers come see me play live? So that's the question. So put that down in the comments and show me also. It's really, really important. If you hear YouTubers beg and pander for this all the time, but I'm going to tell you why. The reason we need comments, likes, shares, all that stuff is when YouTube algorithm sees a bunch of interaction happening, they start pushing the video. So if you want my message, this message that I'm making today, if you want me to spread this message because it's what you believe in, make sure you press the like button, the little thumbs up thing. Make sure that you subscribe and do all, you know, because that will show interactivity. The algorithm will shoot it up and then they'll put it out. That's all I'm asking. So, will it do any good? I don't know. I'm hoping that we get a serious change in this next election. I don't know who it's going to be, but I just hope it's not the guy we have now. And I hope whoever takes over does a much better job and helps try to get us back to where we need to be, because things are not good right now. I didn't want to glaze over this because I was on a rant. Somebody gave me a super chat or a sticker earlier. Let me go back and see if I can find it. I'm sorry I glazed over that. I remember seeing it, I thought, but these were coming in. Tampa Man, you're live on the main channel today. Thank you for the $2, Tampa Man. Florida Man. For $2, what can you get for $2? You can't even get a candy bar for $2. But I appreciate $2. Trust me. I do. I really do. I don't make my entire living on YouTube, but I make a small portion of it out there, and it does help. And so, like, this other guy was like, oh, what are you crying about? When you have a bunch of your videos taken down, like I had 3 videos with a lot of views taken down. 4 videos I did the first video, assembly of the chairs, second video talking about the other thing, the coffee table, and then the business chair. 4 videos, right? And those 4 videos would make me money. That pays an electric bill for me or whatever. Here we go. Ooh, I like this. Thank you, Tony, for the $5 super sticker. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for your help. That's right there. That's a taco. That's in today's. That's fantastic. So things have been god awfully slow, I gotta say, with what's happening right now. I mean, I'm not like dying or anything, but business is not what it used to be. I could tell you that. Things used to be on a whole different level, and they are not anymore. Things have changed. So, I mean, we are feeling it. I mean, out here, $5-6 a gallon for gas. Everything is triple the price. Things aren't selling the way they used to. People aren't buying the way they used to. Things are slow. So, somebody was did I get my meds? Yeah, I did a rant about this. I take this Ozempic, and now I'm going to do a separate video about this. I just haven't got around to it, but normally with my copay, I'm not sure how much it costs with my copay. I've been taking this for like a year or more, and I've lost a ton of weight. You guys have noticed that I've lost weight. And anyway, it's a long story, but my wife, I'm on her insurance, and she changed positions at her job or something, and the insurance was going to lapse for 2 months. So I went to pick up my meds, and it was like $3,000 for my medicine. And I was like, I'm just going to have to wait till next month or something. Well, when the side effects when you stop taking this shit is bad. I swelled up like a balloon. I started retaining water. I gained 20 pounds in 2 weeks and felt like hell. So the problem with this stuff is, yes, it lowers your blood sugar and makes you lose weight. The minute you stop taking it, all your weight comes back instantaneously. I'm telling you, September 1st, I weighed myself. I was 205 pounds. And the other day, I was 230 pounds. Right? I gained like 25 pounds in 2 weeks just from stop taking this. And my sugar was crazy high. So I said, I can't live with that. And I went down to the Walmart. It cost me $1,000 for this. It was like $985 I paid for this 1 month supply. So these pharmaceutical companies, they're billing my insurance. So my insurance company is paying, $1,000 a month or whatever it is. There must be some kind of, it doesn't make sense. There must be some kind of kickback. I think all these numbers are just manufactured, and then somewhere along the line, it's not. I don't know how it works, because it doesn't seem like it's sustainable. All I know is that I had to pay $1,000 for that pen, and that's 4 doses. I take it once a week, and I take all these others too. I take this Lantus, I take Humalog. I have a whole collection of rattlers that I have to take as a diabetic, and so So just a warning, if you have not started taking Ozempic and you have, or Wegovy or semaglutide or whatever it is, just letting you know that once you start taking it, you're on that crack for life. Because the minute you stop, the side effects are that you're going to be worse off than you were before. That's why I shaved my head. I told this story the other day. Back when I started losing my hair, I was... I want to get to this question real quick. But when I started losing my hair, I went in, I was going to get the hair plugs done. And they go, well, part of the deal is you have to take Propecia. And, but the problem, it will make you grow your hair. But if you ever stop taking Propecia, all your hair will fall out, and it has sexual side effects sometimes. I'm like, I'd rather be bald and horny. Thank you. So I just shaved my head, So yes, I do endorse Skull Shaver. Use this thing every day. I have to shave my head. If I stopped using this, I'd have a full head of hair minus the bald spot in the back. But I have a full head of hair. I do, except for this baboon's ass in the back, right? And I hate having the baboon ass in the back. So I'd rather be bald, but I have to shave my head twice a day with this thing. Otherwise, you'll see I get a shadow in there. I mean, you can see the hair, but like it's bald back here and thin right here, and I could have a full head of hair in a month. I just prefer this. I think this is a better look. Oh, thank you so much. Let me go back to this. The Next News Network gave me a $20 super chat. Thank you. I had dozens of videos removed during COVID. Appeal those strikes. We met in New York City at the musical Time Machine owner. Oh, I don't know which one of the you that I met. You'll have to remind me. But thank you so much for the 20. I mean, I do remember meeting. I met so many people while I was there. But thank you so much. If it was like your name or something or your picture, it would help. But thank you so much for that. Somebody made a comment up here. This one asked me off topic, do you still do the DCS videos? It's funny that you mentioned that. So DCS is DeLorean Car Show. This is completely off the subject, but every 2 years they would have a DeLorean Car Show, and I was the guy that made the videos for the show. I would make a double DVD set of the show, and I've been doing this since 2004. And the last one was in 2014, and I never did put out the video because by that point I was too busy doing my TV show and doing all these other things, and I never finished that video and I never put it out. And all right, so let me explain to you real quick. I was considering taking all of the DeLorean Car Show videos and putting them out on YouTube. The problem is that when I edited those back in the day, that was before YouTube, they have copyrighted music and things on them. They have licensed music on there, but I can't put them back up. Okay. So I can't put those videos up because they'd be taken down immediately for copyright. So that means I'd have to basically re-edit them all. And I was thinking about making an extra channel that's just for the DeLorean Car Show videos and DeLorean content. Which means I'd have to take all of those old tapes, because I still have them all. I'd have to take all of those old tapes, recapture them, upscale them from standard definition up to 4K, re-edit them all, and put out all the content. And I just don't know if there's enough viewers out there to justify the amount of work that I have to do. And should I do it on this channel or should I do it on a separate channel? So that's something that I've been thinking about. I've also been thinking about the concept of the fact that, for many of you know that I used to work for Vinnie Paul. He was the drummer from Pantera. He had a record company started in 2006 called Big Vin Records. I was one of only 2 employees that he had, and I did everything for him. We ran his social medias, MySpace, did music videos, commercials, ads. I used to drive his tour bus, drive his limo. I did everything with him, right? And I have thousands and thousands of hours of video that I've shot. Now, a lot of that video ended up on the Hell Yeah Below the Belt DVD and other projects that we did. However, I have tons and tons of raw video, and some of it is stuff that's maybe embarrassing stuff that he wouldn't have wanted out while he was alive, but now that he's gone, I mean, it's nothing that's going to really disparage this thing, but maybe it was embarrassing, or maybe it was him being drunk or whatever. Maybe you think it was funny, but anyway, the point is that in order for me to use any of those videos, I'd have to, again, capture them all from scratch, upscale them to 4K, and then I would have to run filters through them to try to remove the music as much as possible. They make audio filters that do that. One of the things I do here on this channel is I shoot things on my iPhone, I run it through Final Cut Pro, and I do what's called a voice isolation, and it filters out background music whenever I'm out there. So I thought about making, we have the Big Vin Records YouTube channel. So I have a bunch of different YouTube channels, and one of those is called Big Vin TV. So if you go on YouTube and search for Big Vin Records, Big Vin TV, that's my channel. I started in 2007, where we used to put our official BVR, Big Vin Records music videos and other items. And so I thought about, making that a channel as well. The thing is YouTube has changed a lot of its parameters of how you can monetize the videos. And let's be honest here. If I'm not monetizing the video and making money off of it, like, I can't just do this shit for fun. I know there's a lot of people out there who do it for fun, but like I got to get paid. You get paid for what you do. I need to turn my time into dollars so I can pay my $1,600 light bill and my $250, Cox cable bill for this internet. Like, food costs money. Gas costs money. Prophylactics costs money. You understand what I'm trying to say? What am I saying? I don't know. But the point is that anybody a big love Ford Fairlane as much as me? Just me? Okay. Anyway, the thing is for me to sit there and spend that much time and effort to do that, like it would have to pay off. And this is why I stopped doing the DVDs, because I'd do all this work and I'd sell like 100, 200 DVDs, and I'm burning DVDs, printing DVDs, shrink wrapping DVDs, shipping DVDs, some for $20, and people are like, oh, why don't you do that more? I'm like, are you kidding? If they were paying me to do that job, they'd have to pay me like $20,000, and I'm making like $500. It's like total way. I did it simply for the love of it, but I got to be able to pay the bill. So Commodore over here says, get a T-Mobile for $50 a month. I can't listen. I make my living with internet. I have this unlimited Cox cable here in Las Vegas, and it's a couple $100 a month. This Verizon ass phone is I pay $250 a month for all my Verizon devices, because I have this, a hotspot, my wife's phone, and my iPad. And of course, I just bought the new iPhone. That thing was $1,700, all tricked out. It's a lot of money, and all those costs have to be molded into that other thing. Oh, Kevin has a good point. There was a documentary called The Time Machinists that never got finished, and I was in that, and they just never did anything with it. They ran out of money. There's a lot of things that people start and they never get finished. So, anyway, all right. Well, I got to get off of here. My guys will be here any minute to start setting up for the band tonight, and I got to go sing. And here I am talking. I shouldn't be doing all this talking. I got to sing heavy metal for the next hour. Thanks so much for tuning in. Again, I just want to tell everybody who's watching on my main channel and on Facebook, please go to the Videobob channel. Let me put that up. Where's my banners? Where is it? You know what? I don't have a banner for that, do I? I just have this. Visit the Videobob show on YouTube. Here, I'll put it in a post. Oh, well, no, I'm gonna just do this logo. I got this thing. Where did my thing go? My banners. The gate has been made, by the way. So the gate has been built. The gate is in powder coat. Should be installed this coming week. So that's coming. There will be a video on the gates. So that's coming, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. Thank you again to Next News Network for the $20. That will be spent wisely. Where's my banner? I was trying to turn that off. Let me get back to this. Go back to my comments. Any other questions? So anyway, thanks so much again. And I will catch you guys. So what's the link? The link to the Videobob show here. Let me post it right now. Well, I mean, basically, hold on. And I have another channel that I'm thinking about creating, a food channel. I lost my thing. Here it is. I'm considering. So that's the logo. All right. That's where you want to go. at the Videobob Show. Look for that little microphone, the VB Show. That's where you want to go. Go there and now. As soon as we're done here, subscribe. But the important part is turn on the notifications, because I don't do it on a schedule. It's just sometime on Sunday. Sometimes it's earlier, sometimes it's later. And if you want to be able to be part of these live shows, that's the only way you're going to be able to do it. Other than that, what was I going to say? I was thinking about starting another channel, a food review channel, just reviewing the food here in Las Vegas, where basically that's what I would do. I would go out and eat at different restaurants and review the food. And because people all the time, the funny thing about it, when you move to Las Vegas is that you become an unofficial ambassador to the city, and everybody that you've ever met in your life will contact you and say, hey, I'm coming to Vegas. Where's the best place to eat? What's the best show? Where's the best place to go? And oh, by the way, will you pick me up at the airport? That's your life when you move here. So that's what happens. And I thought, wow, there's already a lot of people doing it. There's a lot of people who do that, but you know what? They're not me. So that's the only thing I can say. Okay, I got to get going out of here. Thanks so much for watching. We're going to get it done in under an hour, folks. Unbelievable. So I appreciate it. I'll keep everybody abreast of the situation, and we'll see what happens and whether or not they remove the strike. You know, like if nothing happens, then nothing happens. But if anything does happen, I will let you know. There will be new videos being posted soon about the gate and about some other things that are happening that are coming at you. So anyway, stay tuned. I don't know what else to say. That's pretty much it. Gene, what do you think?
Subscribe to Videobob, because I know where you live, bitch.